This is class 10th, code 402, employability skills we are talking about. Unit number 3, information and communication technology skills ICT. Here we are discussing about the computer security and the privacy. Computer, we are talking about all the computing devices, how to secure, why it is necessary, and what is privacy. We talked about the threats. Threats are those things, those scenarios which can hurt us, probably, not every time. We talked about theft. Theft is physical stealing, it can be. It can be someone stealing your identity. It can be piracy without even paying any amount. If you are using any software or distributing, that is software piracy. Viruses, these are computer programs that damage the data, information. It can be of various form. The more important is worms and Trojan horse. Worms, they replicate themselves. They don't need any piggybacking. They just spread every time, attack computer through the internet, various other means. Trojan horse. What is a Trojan horse? It was in a story. So what happened here was one king was not able to defeat the other one. So now he decided to gift a horse to the adversary. But this horse was containing the soldiers. It came as a gift. So it was disguised. So this Trojan horse is a virus which is disguised. That is, it will show you that I am friend of yours. This horse was kind of a friend. But when it reaches there, all the soldiers came out and they attacked. That is, the behavior of virus and destruction will take place, though you are thinking that this Trojan horse is our friend. It's just a virus, just meant to attack you without even you knowing. Trojan horse is one of the kind of virus like the worms. Online predator. What does it mean? You have seen the boys, the men, they try to allure women, girl, and they just want some inappropriate relationship. They want to trap them. They just want to use their body. These are online predator. Online you will find various people like this. Their main intention is to hurt you. For example, a 50 or 45-year man posing that I am 15 or 18 years and talking to a girl. Then after that, you will face bullying. And there are so many illegal activities online that can be a result of bullying. Online predators all fall in this category. Internet scams. Scams are to hurt you, to promise you something else, give you something else. That is, sometimes, various times, on internet, on email, on Gmail, on various platforms, you get various attractive offers. These attractive offers are saying that you have got a huge money or even you have won a lottery. What will you do? If you're getting $1 million just for say $100 or $1,000, that is, you will pay the money to claim the prize. You will deposit the money in their account without even knowing that this is a scam. But when you deposit this money, not only your money goes in vain to the people who have malicious intent, but also the credit card, the online banking that you have used, that is to deposit money, this can be later misused in any of the illegal activity. So scams are hurting you in multiple ways. The best way is to be careful on internet, is to be very skeptical. Protecting your data. Now your data and information is the most important thing which you have in your computing device. The protection is your duty, because there are people who are thieves. There are people who are making viruses. The same way, you don't leave your money outside your house. You don't leave your stuff outside your house. There are people who are always there to grab it. And if they don't get, they can hurt you in different ways. So, thief, viruses, all are there on internet, like the normal people on the road. What you can do? On internet, you are just known as a login and a password. For you, it may be different username password. For me, it's a different username and password. So we are only known, or we are only present on internet by these. So if somebody grabs it, somebody gets hold of your login and ID and password, that is, you have opened your house. That is, you have allowed people to come in. You have opened your house. You have given the key. You have given the password, or in some way people gets your password. Then you cannot complain. So you have to have a password, that is the lock which you are using in your house should be so strong that even if someone tries, even with a supercomputer, he may not be able to break your password. What have you to do? First thing, there are certain things before that. Minimum 8 characters you have to use. Maximum it can be anything, but minimum 8 characters. Why 8 characters? Because there are certain programs which use the brute force technology, and they can just get hold of your password in no time. They can break that password. Normally we use our name, our kid name, our pet name. So 8 characters minimum. Use the small case. Use the uppercase. Means I am talking about the combination. Not only small case, you have to include a small case. You have to use the uppercase. You have to use the numerals, that is the numbers. These numbers, small case, uppercase. Along with this, you have to use the special characters. Special characters, that is percentage, that is a cap sign or hash or a dollar. So password, I'll just make a password. I'm using the small letters A, B, C. Now I'm using the uppercase letter. Now I'm using numerals, numbers, and then finally I'm using the special characters. So this kind of password you have to use. Don't worry about forgetting. There is always forgot password to you, means it is being given by the different platforms. Don't worry about that. Computer science people are so advanced, they can break your password. Make strong one. Now install antivirus and pass firewall. What do you see in normal houses? If you go to Western countries, you won't find any fences most of the time. But now they have fences. People have fences around their house. They have a gate. They may have some chowkidar, or you can say some security person here. Why they do it? The problem is that there are people, they are burglar, they are thieves. They may come inside. So for that, we need antiviruses. We need firewalls for our computer, for our internet security. That is, we need different levels of security if we want to safeguard our data, our computer, our computing device. Whenever you get when you get connected to internet, whenever you connect your computer to any network, there are so many people who gets connected to you. That is, you are open to the whole world. Now, when you're open to whole world, anybody can come, anybody can breach in, anybody can attack. For that, you have to have safeguard. There are so many viruses being made. So in order to stop them, if not, they came inside your computer to destroy them, to quarantine them. For that, we have softwares called antivirus. Similarly, we have firewall. Previously, a king would make or dig a kind of ditch, and then they will lit a fire. So any other person, any other king, any other adversary, they want to come inside, they can't, because they have to face this fire, and sometimes there will be wall also. They will fire the wall. This is kind of firewall. So antivirus is specifically for viruses. They detect, they stop, and they kill the viruses. Firewall is for different packets. Data comes in packet form. Packet is going, packet is coming through your network, inside your network, outside your network. So, like the dog sniffs the different luggage on the airport, similarly, firewall sniffs every packet, and then, depending upon certain laid down rules, it stops that packet, it drops that packet. It won't allow those packets to come inside or even to go outside. For example, these are the words you don't want, these are the country you don't want. So there are certain pet rules that you can define, that other people can also define. So firewall can be a hardware, it can be a software as well. Encryption of data. Sometimes you talk in your native language whenever some other person comes. Why do you do that? Why do you talk in your native language? This is because you don't want the other person to understand what you're speaking to your family people. That is a kind of encryption you do. Encryption. Why is it necessary? Because your data is going everywhere on the network, on the internet. So there are people, man in the middle, denial services. There are so many people who can attack. They can get the data. They can get hold of your data. Even see, if you talk about bank cannot keep the data in normal form. It has to be in encrypted form. Otherwise, anybody gets hold of the data, he will just damage the world. Alright? Damage the customers. So all the important data, especially related to financial activities, these need to be encrypted. Encrypted. What is encryption? Encryption means the way you say it should not sound that way. That is, there has to be some key. On that basis of key, the data need to be transformed. It needs to be changed and then again reverted back. That is, for example, if somebody gets that data, your data, for that it will be a waste until he knows how to decipher it. He knows how to decrypt it. For example, in Windows, we have BitLocker. You can encrypt whole your drive. For example, if you have A, B, C, D, E, F, just give some number here. Now, if you want to transfer B and D, you don't transfer B, D. You can either transfer 2 and 4, or you can add one more kind of encryption. Now you can go 2 steps ahead in the number. For B, send 4. For D, send 6. When you're sending for B4, D6, nobody is getting BD. Only they are getting 4, 6. That is, 4 and 6 is a waste for them. They will not be able to know that it was actually BD. So you have encrypted it. But when somebody wants to really learn about what you send, 4 has to be converted to B, 6 has to be converted to D. That is called decryption. That is the reverse of encryption. And this encryption decryption is just to prevent any kind of unauthorized usage. So, encryption of data. Secure site. There are various sites which are insecure. They are posing as good website and they are going to hurt your computer or data. Previously, all the HTTP websites, now they are HTTPS. HTTP are insecure. HTTP websites are insecure. HTTPS, S stands for Secure Socket Layer. Secure Socket Layer. This data, you are going to give your bank detail. You are going to give you all the personal information. HTTPS is secure. It won't harm you. For example, banking data, it is safe here, but not on HTTP. You need to have a lock symbol along with HTTPS. Remember. Let us take the question and answer here. What should you do to ensure secure online transactions? Online transactions, these are the answers taken from your book only. Online transactions, secure online transactions. That means that when you are on a bank, whenever you are taking money from your bank, do you pose it in front of other people? You always keep it in your bag. You always keep it inside. You don't show it to everyone. So, in online transactions or you are on internet, you don't show everything. Okay? You don't go to websites that are unsafe, that can get hold or steal your credit card or bank detail information. In order to have secure online transaction, it has to be encrypted. It has to be not stealing your data. There are people who are there to get all these. They even clone your mobile to get OTP. So give credit card or bank details only on safe websites. Always on safe website. HTTPS along with a log sign. You know that this website is secure. So give information only when you are very sure. Which of the following traps small children into inappropriate relations? Especially the small children and the young girls. Who are these people? There are so many. They have a trap. They lay a trap. These are online predators. They just want to get hold of young girls, small children, then they may use them physically, abuse them physically, or they may bully them, or they can make their life hell. They can even sell them. So, inappropriate relation, they can take photographs, put it on internet. These are online predators. We need to be very careful. We need to guide, we need to tell our kids, don't fall in this trap, especially the girls. This is my advice to you. Never ever fall into inappropriate relation. People you don't know, don't even accept friend requests or don't even talk. Just be with your family and people you know very well. Okay? Online predators are everywhere. Especially the girls 13 plus who have got their puberty, right? Online predators. Coming to the next one. What should a strong password consist of? A strong password is that password that other people cannot break. Letters should be there. Smaller case, uppercase. Combined with the numbers 0 to 9. Combined with special character, percentage, dollar, like this. So minimum 8 characters plus. Let us now see these subjective questions. Explain how Trojan horses work. Trojan horse, I gave you an example. It was a kind of a horse. I cannot make a horse. You have to bear with me with this drawing. Assume it to be a horse. It's more like a mouse, I guess. So there were two people, two kings actually. One of the kings sent a horse, and this horse seemed to be a gift, and the other king was happy. But this gift was not a gift. It was a Trojan horse. Inside this horse, there were soldiers who are going or who are willing, ready to attack the other king and their people. So now this Trojan horse is a virus, is a malicious code, is a software that would look like a legitimate, friendly computer, say program or app. But it is going to take control of your computer. This is specially designed to harm your computer without even you knowing that you are attacked. You are under the influence of this malicious code. It can steal your data. It can itself manage your data. It can change the data by itself. This will harm your computer, your network, and whatnot. So this Trojan horse is like a friend disguised, okay? Or say enemy disguised as your friend. Be aware of it. Don't download or go to any other website which is not legitimate. List the various ways you can use to protect your data. There are various ways to protect your data from any kind of theft and viruses. First is password. Use different kind of characters, uppercase, lowercase, numbers, and the symbols. Antivirus and firewalls, they are the barriers to the outside world, which sometimes be bad also. Viruses, antivirus attack them. Firewall guards you. Encrypt your data. Go to secure sites that are credible. Don't go to any other website which is just HTTP. This is all about this discussion. Thank you so much and take care of yourself.